Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock and it's time for a map test. Not just any map test, it's a festive map test because when you look at that little face, you think festive, fun, frivolity, Christmas. You're the guy that brings the fun. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah.
Tired?
Of course I'm tired.
Put your Christmas hat on.
The middle of silly season.
I told you you needed a Christmas hat because it's a festive map test. Go on. Take your little elf garnet cap off. There you go.
It's not elf garnet, it's Alf garnet.
Oh, same difference. Oh, dude.
He does look very festive.
Oh my God, you're gonna love this. It's Santa Claus reincarnated. Look at that.
That is the face of Christmas joy.
I can't hear anything.
So how are you doing, Matt? Because it's been a while. I mean, we managed to squeeze a map test in last week. Your bubble's bouncing. Yeah. We managed to squeeze a map test in last week briefly in between gigs with Ryland filming it for us. But this is the first time we've sat down in the studio for about a month. How you doing?
It is. I'm tired. How you doing?
I'm great. Tired.
Yeah,
you know what? I was going to have a day off on Wednesday. Just gone. Because as you know, I've been working every single day and I've been getting back late every single night. And I was going to have a day off on Wednesday. And then what happened, but that little Welsh bastard, Lloyd, rings me up and goes, oh, we need to film a project that's coming out in January. What day have you got? And I'm like, I haven't, Lloyd. He's like, and we worked out that I could do it on Wednesday. So I had to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to Bristol to spend all day filming. And that was my day off.
Yeah, but you got to spend all day with Lloyd.
You've never been on a shoot. It's not just hanging around with Lloyd. I'm sitting here looking at a camera, spending all day filming, while he's on his phone, probably chatting to Kaylee, going, yeah, everything's fine, yeah, no problem. That's all my day is. My day is basically like this, but slightly more professional. Because rather than having Michael slightly more professional, because...
I would imagine it's quite a lot more professional.
It's a bit more, it's Lloyd. It's a
couldn't
bit more
be less,
professional.
It couldn't be less professional than
In
him.
a rating of Magic TV to Penguin Magic, Lloyd's around about there.
Yeah, okay.
Not in terms of the end result, but definitely in terms of the actual shoot. But you know what? It's fine. He took my day off and fucked me, but it's okay because I'm awake. I'm good.
Took his day off and fucked him.
Yeah, well,
It's alright for some, innit?
I had to wear a sheep costume, but we got there in the end. It was a fun evening. How are you?
Yeah. Just come off the back of a run of 5 gigs in 4 days.
There you go. Just think, 2 years ago, around about this time of the year, you were shitting yourself going into Smoke and Mirrors performing Close Up Magic for the first time while being mentored by Nemid.
Yeah.
2 years later, you're sitting here on Magic TV.
Fucking exhausted.
Wearing a Christmas hat.
2 years later, I'm sitting here absolutely drained. About 2 stone heavier because of all the motorway food.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it's good.
But
Roll on January.
hopefully in January we'll have more time to be doing map tests and we'll finish the blockumentary and we'll get
I
around.
forgot about that. Oh shit!
What?
I need to text him.
Who? Mark Spellman.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are
going to text Mark.
We are going to be. You want him to remind you to text Mark? Is up to his arse in fucking videos he's editing. He's not going to be reminding you about anything.
He doesn't fucking do anything.
Where do you think these videos come from?
We film them, and then he takes about 3 seconds just attaching the bit at the start, and then 3 seconds attaching the bit at the end. Does fuck all editing on what's actually in the video, and then just posts it online.
Not quite. There's a lot that Michael does.
Anyone could do his job.
Not at all. I'm going to stick up for him. Not a chance.
He does no editing.
He does. He does a lot of editing.
What do you edit?
Everything.
Everything. He edits a lot. He does.
Bullshit.
And he's very busy at the moment editing.
Just
his
stop the
little-
map tests because you don't deserve the extra quality.
Exactly. But you know, the documentary will be finished. Map test, season 3 will come at some point next year. But it's time for a map test, man. This is not going to fool you. Do you know what this is? I don't know if you know what this is.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's Focus.
Yes, made by Ryland Boy.
Yeah.
Now, You've not seen this. People don't believe me when I say to the people, you don't see the stuff I create until it comes out, but you genuinely don't, do you?
Some of it I do. A lot of it, no.
Not a bit, no.
There isn't enough time
I
to
know.
see all of the things that you're releasing.
I
I reckon you don't even know half the things that you're releasing at any given moment. There's so much stuff.
It's very true. Although I realised the other day he doesn't know what cheetah chips is, which is amazing because I am going to do a map test on that, and he will love cheetah chips.
People come up to me when we're out at conventions and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to," blah. And I'll be like, "What's that?" And they'll be like, "It's Craig's new release." I'll be like, "Oh, fucking no."
There's been a big buzz on this.
I know what this is.
Yeah,
I've heard of this.
Lloyd Barnes described this best when he said it's like a Vogue but fun.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, sometimes you don't want to be going up to a wedding and making people cry.
I like making people cry.
I know you do because you're a mentalist. I'm a magician. And Evoke.
So this is Evoke for magicians.
No, because mentalists love this as well. I've got some great quotes from people like Mark Spellman and John Morton and Luca Volpe, and the big name mentalists love this as well.
Okay.
However, you know, Evoke was like 99% mentalists. There was not really anything in there if you were a magician.
Yeah.
This is 50-50.
Okay.
And there's a lot built into it. And I thought, my goal is to get you to do this. I know you do Evoke. I think
Well, I've got it before February.
I think that you would love this. I really do. Because you like movies. You don't watch as many as me, but you like movies.
Yeah, I'll watch them when I've got time.
Yeah, you like movies. And it's all based, first of all, hasn't Phil done a great job with the box? It looks
Mr.
like...
Smith.
Doesn't it look like the sort of thing you'd just pick up in Waterstones?
Or B&M.
Or B&M or something like that. But what's nice about this is, you know, Evoke's only 26 cards.
Yes.
Well, what you have here, and I'm going to show you a couple of routines with it
There's
in a
more
minute.
than 26 cards.
There are more than 26 cards. There's 52 cards. What you have is you have 26 movie posters. So these are all the movie posters for various different films, and there's like films that most of the films people will have heard of.
Zoolander.
Yeah, it's classic. Lots of films that people have heard of. So you've got 26 film posters.
Lion King.
But then, as well as the movie posters, you also have 26... these are movie quotes from the films.
Okay.
So you've got but they're the same films, if that makes sense. I think I'm missing a couple of cards. I left a couple of cards over there. I did, but don't worry about it. I left a couple of cards over there. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Of course, I'm just going to show you how this works anyway. So you've got quotes here, but you've got the same cards. So there's two of Casablanca. You've got Casablanca here with a quote, but somewhere in here you're also, there you go, you're going to have the Casablanca movie poster.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Which means that you can do like matching couples routines, or you can do like ESP matchup routines. So you could take like 5 movie posters and 5 quotes.
Yeah.
And you can do ESP matchup
That's
routines.
cool, actually, yeah.
But with something that's not ESP symbols.
You'd
and
be
you could
able
say-
to do like a really unique presentation with the
ESP, yeah.
matchups
So
with
you
the
can
quotes
say, you can
as
bring
well.
these out and you can say, look, pick any 5 films you want to, and they'll take the 5 quotes from here.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
like
pretty
that.
cool. But the deck is also set up for magicians, so you can do magic tricks with these as well as mentalism. For example, I'll show you one that you can do. I've got a whole bunch of different movie posters here, right? Loads and loads of different movie posters.
Stupid is.
Oh, that's where the 2 cards are. I thought they'd gone, but I left them over there. There you go. I have got a full thing. So we've got loads and loads of different movie posters, yeah? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have you pick one. So you can have any one you want to. I'm completely indifferent to the choice you're about to make. Just do me a favour and take one. Any one you want. That one there. Is it a film you've seen? Are you happy with that film, or would you like to change your mind?
No, I know the movie.
Show the camera if you want to. Don't show me. Got it. And we're going to put it back, so as I go through, just say stop.
Start.
There. Pop it back there. We're going to leave it right there in the middle. Okay? Now here's what we're going to try and do. I'm going to try and cut to your movie poster. Watch this. If I just cut in the right spot, you think I've got it. I think maybe you went for Ghostbusters.
I did not.
You didn't go for Ghostbusters?
No.
Darn it. Do you like
Darn it.
Darn it. Do you like Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
This is obviously the first one.
Yeah, the originals were good.
Slimer.
I know Slime.
Kind of iconic, right? Did you know that the Slimer as a character, if you read the backstory of Ghostbusters, he was actually the ghost of a famous magician?
Was he?
Yeah. which means Slimer can do magic. You want to see?
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Watch. You see?
Is that magic bullshit or is that true?
It's true. Of course, it's true. You see? Would I lie to you? Don't answer that. You see where it's you see you see Slimer there. All I have to do is just pull Slimer off the card.
Nice.
Yeah, hold on to it. Don't let him go. He's a ghost. He's invisible. See, there's no Slimer there now. But if you just take Slimer and just throw him at the pack, check this out. Hopefully, with any luck. Oh look, he's landed on one card. He's landed on one card and one card only. I don't know if it is, but let's have a look. Was your card Braveheart?
It was.
How amazing is that? But the problem is, now I've got Braveheart stuck with Slimer on the back. So I'll tell you what, if I do this, Slimer vanishes and he's back on the Ghostbusters card.
That's actually really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And so what I included with this, I included two gaffed cards. So you get Ghostbusters as part of the set, but you also get a duplicate Ghostbusters card without Slimer, and you also get a double backer with Slimer on it. And using that, you can do so many different things. But that's an example of how you can actually use this deck as a magician instead of just as a mentalist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to point out to you, and I'll show you some of the routines in a minute, but the other thing I want to point out to you is that every single one of these... Yeah, every single one of these posters, Phil drew them from scratch. They're not the original posters. For a few different reasons, but one of which was copyright.
Obviously.
So what he's done is he's redrawn all of the posters. This is all technically fan art. But, I mean, it's Phil Smith.
He's crazy in it. He's so fucking good.
Isn't it great? He's just done such an amazing job with these. And a lot of these films, they're from different eras, but it's ones that people will recognise immediately.
Yeah, of course.
Now, let me tell you where this gets exciting. So there's so many different ways that you can actually have these set up. So you can have them shuffled like this. You can have the entire deck, 52 cards shuffled together, and you can just do routines with them. Absolutely not a problem. You could use just 26 of them, so you could just bring out the movie posters. And you could just have the movie posters used and nothing else if you wanted, and have those shuffled. They are designed to be in a cyclical stack, just like Evoke, in that there is one film beginning with each letter.
Yeah.
And you can, if you want to, have just the quotes, or you can have just the posters, or both. Both of them are designed to go into alphabetical order. Let me show you what I mean. So, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Braveheart, Casablanca, Dr. Strangelove, Edward Scissorhands, Forrest Gump, Ghostbusters, Heathers, Independence Day, J, K, L, all the way through to Zoolander, which is Z. Okay? Now, the marking system... The reason I think this is the best thing that me and Phil have come up with is, one, I think it's very relatable movies. Two, it genuinely looks like a card game. Like, it's meant to be like Snap. Like, one person takes the film posters, one person takes the quotes, and you have to play Snap with them.
Right, okay.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But the main reason is the amount of stuff we've been able to mark onto these. And I say we. By we, I mean Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this has got more marked on it than any before. So, have a look at this. First of all, let's just cut so you can see. And we'll cut again. Okay, so perfect. So, or actually, let's do Spider-Man. Let's do Spider-Man. M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T. Here we go. So, we'll do that. So, Spider-Man's there. I just want to, that one there. So, put that there. There we go. Right, okay. So, I've got Rocky 4 at the top, right? Now, the first thing that's marked on these, and look how obvious it is when you see it.
Yeah.
Rocky 4. Like, isn't that obvious? Like, right there, Rocky 4.
It is.
Like, so, if you look at this one.
Independence Day.
How easy is that to read?
Very. Ghostbusters.
Boom. Okay. So that's the first line. You've got the film. Now, the next one you've got, do you see that
Difference.
one? Here's the cool part. And this took so long to do, and I think you'll appreciate this. You know the long word principle, the mother of all book tests?
Yeah.
I built it into Evoke. One of the things that the jerks took the piss out of me about is with Evoke, he said if you actually read through the motivational poster things that are written on there, they just make no sense at all. And he's right, they don't, because I wrote them myself. So what I did with this is I went and I picked 26 films that are in alphabetical order so I could do a cyclical stack. But I found 26 films that people would recognise, and there is a quote in that film that organically has the mother of all book tests built into it. So with Rocky, look at this. Going in one round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. That's a real quote by Rocky Balboa. If I asked you to think of if I asked you to take a card and think of a long word.
Yeah, difference.
Difference, which is the card. But these are real quotes from real films. So for example, we looked at Ghostbusters before, didn't I? There, Ghostbusters.
Someone.
If you've seen Ghostbusters, you'll know this quote. When someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. Winston Sedmore. That's a real quote from a real film, but it's organically got the mother of all book tests built into it. Isn't that a game changer?
How the hell did you...
It took me a long fucking time, Matt. A long time. I had to go through quotes and quotes and quotes, and I had to find quotes that people would look at and go, yeah, I remember that from that film.
Yeah, because it's got to be, if it's a recognisable movie, it's got to be a quote.
Here's a quote. You don't know this film, but I haven't shown you the film. With great power comes great responsibility.
Toy Story, no. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I was going to say Toy Story.
But what would be the word that you'd think of?
Responsibility.
You organically got the mother of all book tests built into this. So going back to this, Rocky IV at the top, difference is the quote. Also the year that the film came out there, 1985. 85. Yeah. Then over here, Robert Rocky Balboa.
That's the person who said the quote.
Is the person who said the quote. Next, underneath, going in one more. That's the first line of the quote. So you can have them take the card, you can have them think of a long word, you can tell them the long word, then you can say, think of the first couple of words in the quote. And then you can tell them the date, and then you can tell them the year, then you can tell them the actual film, and it's all there. And immediately, they take one, you just put it on the table, and you've got all of this information in front of you. Then you've got the stack number in here. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. They're also in cyclical stack. So, what do you see there?
Spider-Man.
Well, that's the one at the bottom. What do you see here? Responsibility. Ben Parker here. Ben Parker's the person. Yeah, exactly. So, I can literally turn around and I can say to you, Matt, I want you to cut the cards and complete the cut. Then I want you to take this card, look at it, remember it, and then put your hand on it. Can you do that for me? So I'll look away.
Cut the deck.
Cut any way you want to, complete the cut. Take it. Have a look at it. Before you look at it, I can tell you that the film is Mad Max. I can tell you that the long word you're going to be thinking of is gasoline. And I can tell you it's Max Rokansky who literally gave the quote. I can tell you everything. But I've been looking away the entire time. How good is that?
Very good.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. Phil's such a genius.
And it's built into these as well. So the exact same marking system is built into these. I mean, with these, you probably wouldn't need the quote stuff. But these have got everything that's built into there as well. Now, that's one of the big things. The other big thing, and you'll love this. You'll absolutely love this. So, let's use Spider-Man as an example. Hang on. Because you know Spider-Man. I know you know Spider-Man. I really want your opinion on this. Where's Spider-Man? NJKLMNOPQRS. QRS. And by the way, if they get shuffled, it makes no difference. But the reason it makes no difference is because you've got all that information up there from a shuffled stack. So this information down here is if it's in cyclical stack. That information up there is if it's shuffled. But if they shuffled it, you can just literally take it and put it on the table, and with one glance, you'll know everything.
Yeah.
Or as they're touching one, you can get the information that you need straight away. Look how easy it is. Ghostbusters, someone, blah, blah, blah. It's that simple.
Yeah.
This is the game changer, and this has never been done before. And when Lloyd saw this, he was like, that's just ridiculous.
Okay.
There is information marked on the back of these cards that isn't on the cards anywhere.
Okay.
So on these cards or on these cards, the information doesn't exist. You can't, right, so for example, let's say that you cut to Spider-Man, yeah? Yeah? And I know that it's Spider-Man because it's on the table, yeah? Whether you take a movie poster or you take a quote card, you've taken a card and I've told you to look at the movie and you have, yeah? I've then said to you, and I would have probably done it like this. I would have said, take out a card, a film that you really like, yeah? So let's say you've taken out Spider-Man. I then say to you, okay, I'm going to write something down. And I write 825 million and I put it down there. And I say, Matt, do you know the box office for this film? And you go, no, because it's nowhere on any of the cards. And I go, well, do me a favor, take out your phone and Google the phone you're looking for and look at the box office. The box office is there, 825 million. The bottom line is going to tell me the box office and the director. Do you see there, Sam Raimi? Sam Raimi there, Sam Raimi.
If you move your finger.
Sorry, Sam Raimi, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the director of Spider-Man. So now, that cancels out the method. Even if somebody thinks you're looking at the cards, it makes no difference because that information isn't on the cards. They have to Google to find the information that you're wanting them to think about. It takes it completely away from the cards.
Yeah. That's very clever. It's actually very clever, which is annoying, isn't it?
Isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
Because now, I mean, you can literally have these, and you don't have to have the whole stack if you don't want to. You just take the movie quotes, or you can just take the posters, and you can have it however you want to. Or you can take the whole deck. It's completely up to you. But there's 40 routines on this project. There's
Core series.
Yeah. There's 10 hours.
I'm going to learn one for Blackpool.
There's 10 hours of tricks. There's 10 hours of tutorial. And there's 2.5 hours of live performances.
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
There's a lot of like
course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
But also, I know that you like, with Evoke, you like doing Out of This World.
I do.
And you're probably thinking, well, you can't really do Out of This World with these. You can. You can. Because you can, because you've got quote cards and you've got movie posters.
Yeah.
So you can do it with movie quotes and posters. So you can have them, divide them into, if you think it's a poster, deal it here. If you think it's a quote, deal it here, and you can do exactly the same thing. Will the jacks match? But with cards like this, works really, really well. I'll show you probably my favourite trick.
Okay.
And I know you know Jake Keane, and I know you respect Jake Keane.
I know Jake Keane, and I do respect Jake Keane.
This is Jake's favourite trick.
Okay.
Jake saw this and immediately he's like, I'm going to do this forever. So I'll perform it for you. And it's not going to fool you, but I think as somebody who focuses more on presentation than on anything else, you'll appreciate it. Okay, so Matt, I'm going to show you something with a deck of movie quotes cards. Okay. Now, you've probably seen these before. I crack them out every Christmas. It keeps the kids quiet for a couple of minutes. It tests your cinematic knowledge. It's a fun game for movie lovers of all ages. So you're a movie lover and you have an age. So this is a game that you can play. With that in mind, what's interesting about this is that there are movie posters. So you have kind of movie posters of various different movies, some of which you've seen, some of which you might not have seen, but most of them I'm pretty sure you will be aware of.
Yeah.
And then you've got quotes from those same movies. So each movie has a quote. And it's an iconic quote that you're probably going to be aware of, if that makes sense. So there's, I think, about 52 cards altogether, same as the deck. Could you do me a favour? Could we start off by giving these a shuffle for me? If you could shuffle the posters first of all, that would be great. Give them a really good mix-up. Make sure they're in no particular order. Are we happy?
Yeah.
And if you could take the quotes and give those a shuffle as well, that would be even better. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to, and it's your choice. We've got the quotes and we've got the movie posters. Which ones would you like to? We're going to take 3, and I'm going to show you them in a minute. Would you? And then you're going to use the other packet to select some cards from. So which ones do you want to use first? The movie posters or the quotes?
Posters.
You want to use the posters first? Okay, we'll put those over there. So can you do me a favour? Can you cut up to you where, about halfway? Perfect. Thank you. Now, you work in sales. You're a sales expert. So you have heard of the term subliminal advertising. A lot of people haven't heard of that.
Yes, of course.
Good. We're going to do an experiment in a second to do with subliminal advertising. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that you might have heard of, you might not have heard of, but I find it really interesting. So, the term subliminal advertising, basically what it means, if you're not aware, is you will see something, but there'll be other images that are flashed up on the screen so quickly that you're not really aware of them. Your brain takes them in, but you're not aware of them, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what subliminal advertising is. A lot of people don't know where this came from. They've been testing it for a while, or they've been working on it for a while. But the first real test was in the 1950s in a cinema, a theatre.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, exactly, in Utah. And what happened is, in this one particular cinema, one screen for the whole day, anybody that went in there, images were shot up on the screen subliminally, so you couldn't really take them in. They didn't know the images were there, but their brain did. And the images were, like you said, drink more cola and eat more popcorn. Now, when they went back and looked at the data, and it was only in that one screen, when they would look back and looked at the data, the people that were in that screen throughout the whole day, they spent 3 times more specifically on popcorn and cola than anyone else in the whole theatre. At that point, that's when it got made illegal.
It's brainwashing.
It is. You can't do it. Now, it's a real thing, and I'm going to try and subliminally influence you. So,
Okay.
you shuffle these, and then you cut to these 3. So we'll take these 3 out that you cut to. I'm going to let you see them, and I'm going to show you them so quickly that your brain won't take it in. So focus on this area. You ready? So, hopefully, now, believe it or not, your brain has took all of that information in, and it should allow me to subliminally influence you as to what you can do. And let me prove it. Take these. These are the quote cards that you shuffled, and hold them as if you're about to deal. Okay? And what I want you to do...
I'm about to do.
Yeah, and deal them face down into a pile. So just start dealing face down into a pile. Yeah, like that. That's perfect. But you can go from anywhere you want to. You don't have to go from the top. You can go from the middle, from the bottom. You can put 2 or 3 down at a time, and stop whenever you want to. You can just take them from all over the place. Makes no difference because you've shuffled. You happy? Sick. Now, we'll square these up and take them. And I want to deal them into 3 piles, like a 3-handed game of poker.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, perfect. So, just to recap, you shuffled all the quotes cards, and then you dealt as many as you wanted to from different parts, and then you dealt them into 3 piles. Before you did that, you shuffled the movie posters, and you decided which 3 cards we were going to use to try and subliminally influence you. Let's have a look at the 3 cards that you ended up with. You ended up with Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Have you seen that one?
You used to watch that all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah, work has been slow since cartoons went to colour, but I've still got it. Boop, boop, doop. Betty Boop. Classic quote. We've got, I bet you'll get this film from the quote. If you haven't seen this film, we can't be friends. I can't do it in his accent. If you let my daughter go now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Dude, seriously.
Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anybody
fuck.
does.
You could just look on the back of the card.
Oh, yeah. Taken.
Whoa!
Have you ever seen Taken?
No.
He's never seen Taken.
Is that Liam Neeson?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
You won't get this quote. Never stop fighting.
Bet I do.
Never stop fighting till the fight is done.
That's the Untouchables.
It is the Untouchables.
Yeah. That's a great movie.
It's amazing.
That's one of the best movies ever.
That's not the quote I wanted to use on that card. The quote I wanted to use is my favourite quote from that film, but it didn't fit with what I needed it to do, which is when Sean Connery says, "You've brought a knife to a gunfight." It's just fucking amazing. But these are the 3 quotes that you ended up with. You shuffled, you mixed, you did that yourself. I didn't touch anything. These are the 3 films that you ended up with. And these are the 3 that you picked at the beginning that I showed you very, very briefly. Is subliminal advertising real? Is it not? Well, I have here Taken. I have here The Untouchables. and I have here Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and all I can say at this point is, Matt, eat more popcorn.
You could have used that opportunity to get me to do more work.
Yeah, right. How cool's that?
It is very cool. I like it. It's really, and I really like the. Did you come up with the routine?
It's based on a very old routine done with playing cards.
No, the story.
The story I embellished, but there's a guy who brought a DVD out in probably about 15 years ago now, and he used the subliminal advertising approach for that.
I really like that. The subliminal advertising things are very clever.
It's something that people always are interested in.
Yeah, it's very clever.
And then when you do that routine, but with these cards, because it's all about
It works,
movies,
yeah.
it just works really well. And that's an example of taking a card trick. And because the guy, normally this sort of thing would be the 8 of clubs and the 8 of spades and the 7 of diamonds and the 7 of hearts, and that's nowhere near as interesting.
It isn't
as using films, because you where you went, oh, I know that one, that's Untouchables, and that's what this deck does. It's kind of interesting when I use this deck. I'll say to somebody, pick a card, and they'll take it, and I'll go, do you like that film? And they go, nope, I want a different one. You don't get that with the playing card. No, I don't like the 6 of clubs.
Yeah.
Can I have a different one? But you
5 of spades sucks. Give me another one.
I hate the 5 of spades.
Never happened.
I'm holding out for the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
And that's what's really interesting about this. So, in essence, anything that you do with Evoke, you can do with these. But then there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the... And that's why I say, I've actually told everyone who listens, this is my favourite release that I've done of 2024, because I think I've brought a lot of decks out, like Cube 52, Infinity Deck, Evoke, Mind Blocks, the Heroes and Villains deck. And I think it's all led up to this point. I think I've peaked right now. I don't think I can bring another deck of cards out like this again, because I don't think... I genuinely, I know you're looking at me, I'll just go in a different direction. Because
I know what's coming next year.
I don't look at that as this. That's not a deck of cards as far as I'm concerned. It's not anything like that. It's a totally different thing. These, I know what you mean, but no. But this is, I think like the final iteration of that sort of thing. I think I'm going to.
So this is the last time that Phil Smith's going to make a deck of cards for you?
Oh, fuck no. Me and Phil are working on so many different things. It's not just cards. I'm going to be abusing his abilities forever.
Yeah, I know, but this is the last time that Phil Smith's going to make a deck of cards for you.
Very possibly, yeah.
Heard it here first, folks.
Mm-hmm. Very possibly. Very possibly. Very possibly. I'm not going to say never. I'm never going to say never.
So this could be it.
This could be it. You never know.
Don't cry at the beginning of a date. Cry at the end like I do.
Just interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the way that he's done the quote cards, and he's got like the poster in the background and everything.
Nuke 'em, let's nuke the bastards. It's very clever. It is clever. It is a very clever idea.
I mean,
and it's much more relatable than pulling out a deck of cards.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know it works because it's exactly the same with Evoke.
And you could, I mean, you do a lot with Stebbins, where you have someone take a playing card and you tell them what the card is by, looking up and to the left and, all of that stuff. Yeah. You can do that same thing with this, but I mean, obviously they're marked. You know what I mean? So you're not having to add 3 and go 1 along and chased, but...
Yeah.
It's the same thing though, isn't it?
It's the same thing. You've got the information there, and I think that this would be a better thing for you to carry around with you than Stebbins. Honestly, I really do believe that.
Does that mean I get one?
Yeah.
Have we got any?
They're in the stock cupboard. Take them.
Have we got some?
Yeah, there's tons.
I do like their packaging too. They've done a really good job on the packaging. Is this the new stuff? The new packaging?
Yeah. You get a double back. You get a double backer with it as well.
Yeah, the packaging looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, all of the new Murphy stuff is the same packaging.
It looks fantastic. And it hasn't got your name on it.
It does at the back.
Oh. It means I can't give it 100%. Your name's not on the box.
Oh, you know what? Sneaky little Phil did as well. That's a QR code.
It's not a picture of your face, is it?
No, it goes to the X-Men film, just as an extra reveal. So you can force X-Men, and then you can have them scanned.
Yeah. Is that the same with that one? Or is that a
No,
genuine QR code?
a
That's a
genuine
Murphy's
yeah.
QR code.
And then this, what's interesting, do you also see that the corners are rounded there, but over here they're...
But Craig Petty is a multi-award-winning magician and magic trick creator from the UK, and he's widely recognised as one of the best magic creators of all time.
Oh, for God's sake. Remind me to call Murphy's. They missed two things off. First of all, that was the first draft. It shouldn't say one of the best. It should say the best. They can't do anything right at Murphy's Magic. They can't. And the second thing is, I told them to add at the end, he is also an internationally successful sex symbol. They didn't put that either.
Gonna need a whole different QR code for that. Skill level, beginner.
Yeah, it is.
Are they going to start putting that on the back of each trick?
Yeah, the trick that I filmed yesterday, Atomic Deck, was classed as intermediate.
You'll receive a deck of movie trivia, question and answer cards. However, hidden within the design of the cards are a set of secret hidden markings that tells you all the secret information that you need to make you look like a real mind reader. So do they have a shop? Is this just when it's on the shop in people's...
Yeah, I mean, Murphy's wholesale to everybody around the world, so any magic shop would have that on the shelf.
It's good that they've got that on there so that when people pick it up, it'll just basically flat out tells them what it does.
Yeah, and that's what the QR code's on there for, so if people are looking in the shop, they can scan that and they can see the
Goes
trailer.
to the trailer and stuff. Yeah, it's clever. Clever. Very good. All magic tricks should have like a brief description of what they actually do. The amount of times you pick stuff up and you're like, well, I like the packaging, but I haven't got a fucking clue what it does, and you can't open it.
I agree.
So that with the QR code for the trailer and a little description of what it does, that's really clever. Well done, Murphy.
There you go. What are you giving it?
It's got your fucking name on it, though.
I know.
So it can't be 100.
No. He knows the rules.
You are an arsehole.
You know the rules.
I think this is right up your street. I think this should. I know it's not going to be. I think you probably prefer Evoke because you are more of a serious mentalist. But I think this is the sort of thing that you can definitely see yourself doing.
I could definitely do stuff with it, 100%. I don't know whether I still prefer Evoke. I don't know. I'll have to give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah.
See what kind of responses we can get. Because I do like the whole... the thing with Evoke is it can, like, if you pick the wrong spectator that's in a bit of an emotional mood that day anyway, you can end up fucking destroying somebody. And it's like, oh my God, we're supposed to be having fun. They now need therapy forever.
Because I got them to pick a card.
Because I got them to pick a card and they picked something negative.
I still say with Evoke, the best thing that I've ever heard anyone do with it is Nemid. He brings out the Evoke deck and he talks about how each one of these are emotions, but it also, weirdly, what he's found is when you take a card, it tells you about who you are as a person, and then he picks a bloke and he just forces xenophobia over and over again.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? It's fucking Nemed, obviously. But yeah, that's the only thing with Evoke is that it can sometimes get real deep real quick, and like you're then scrambling to try and lighten.
You've had people come over to the dealer booth at Blackpool and cry.
I made 3 people cry at the dealer booth at Blackpool
with Evoke, but they know they're watching a magic trick.
Yeah. None of them were magicians, but one was a magician's partner, and he filmed her crying and then sent it to me afterwards. He went, "You made my missus cry. I've got it on film." I was like, "Okay, brilliant. I'm going to send it to you." I was like, "Thanks, dude." So he sent me a video of his missus crying to me performing Evoke. 3 times that happened at Blackpool.
That's hilarious.
At a fucking dealer stand. So you can imagine what it's like in the real world when you get someone that's had a couple of drinks, blubbering and then people are coming over going, "What is going on?" I'm like, "I'm showing him a magic trick." Just fucking falling apart on a table. But yeah, it works.
Yeah,
it definitely evokes emotion.
That's what it's meant to do.
But that would be a way of doing the same kind of thing, but keeping it more light-hearted. So that may be better especially for like military bases and shit.
So percentage.
I like it. I I haven't sat through the 75 hours of tutorials, obviously,
Only 10.
and I haven't performed it, but it's exactly the same as Evoke, but movies, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
And I love Evoke, so I'm going to give it 99%.
You are a twat. Fine.
Purely, I mean, your name's not anywhere on here,
No?
so that's fine. That's
Ryland's
great.
name's on there.
But your name is right there, so therefore I can't give it 100%. You know the rules.
Arsehole. Let me know if you want Matt to see this. I could do a Matt test on this. I think it would blow him away.
I've got to see it.
Yeah.
I've got to perform it at Blackpool.
You'll love this.
I mean, his name is on the front of the box. So.
Right there.
Yeah, so it's 99
Yeah.
at best.
Arsehole. Right, okay. So, you're watching this on the run up to Christmas. I don't know what day it is. It's the 23rd, maybe the 24th, something like that. Don't forget, there's a lot of Christmas content coming up over the holiday season. We've got the worst trick, the best list. On the Boxing Day, I'm doing a full hour coin lecture right here on Magic TV. And don't forget, you're so weird. Don't forget.
I'm playing with my bubble.
So many jokes, such little time. Don't forget, Christmas Day, you can download the Christmas Holiday Penguin Special. It's free. It's me, Carissa Hendricks, and it is Eric Tate. And honestly, it's the biggest piss take you'll ever see. I think Scott Alexander would be proud. So make sure you go check that out. But we're going now, aren't we?
What's that?
The Penguin Holiday Special.
Oh, cool.
You don't know about this?
No.
Me, Carissa Hendricks, Lucy Darling, and Eric Tate have done a free 4-hour. It's there's song and dance routines. There's comedy sketches.
Song and dance routines.
Yeah.
You and Mr. Tate
And Carissa Hendricks.
are doing song and dance routines.
Yeah, I did see some earlier.
Him and Eric
It's
Tate are
something.
dancing.
It's something.
You're dancing
Yes.
on film.
Yes.
He's dancing.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Christmas Day. Download it for free on Penguin Magic.
Actual dancing.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm normally not a big fan of Christmas. This year. This year might be different.
It's amazing. Scott would be proud. So go check that out. If you haven't picked up Focus, get it. It's 100% off, Matt.
Is it out already?
It's
It's
been out for-
99.
It came out last week.
99.
99% from Matt, 100% from me. How many do you give it, Michael?
99 as well.
Fuck you
It's got
all.
your name on it.
Go away. Just leave me alone. Have a horrible Christmas. Bah humbug. Fuck off.